Hi guys, just a live check if we are live. That's a good thing, right? So I'm gonna check here on my computer because that's our start.
Great start to the show.
It's a great start, yeah, but we want to be sure because sometimes we mess it up. Remember? Sometimes I one time I forgot to turn something on and the battery wasn't working.
Yeah, I do remember that. Just like yesterday, you know, just like deja
You remember that? So hang on, guys. I'm sorry. Oh yes. Look, we have one person looking. That means that we are live and direct here on the flip. Why are you laughing?
Just at you. You're just in an attitude in general. It's good. It's a great way to begin.
It's a good way to start.
Start singing to go on.
Okay. So this is the one and only Flip Flop Lifestyle Talk Show now with the one and only Miss Jo Youle.
I'm glad there's anyone with me. I mean, the world just doesn't need.
So before I go on, but it works, so that is fine. So, Jo, tell me, how are you feeling?
I'm good, actually. It's a little bit sort of dark and gloomy here today in Ibiza. Quite windy when I woke up, but yeah, I'm loving the kind of moodiness of this weekend, and I'm feeling completely opposite, I must say.
Really, yeah?
Feeling very sparkly, and just got back in the island like less than a week.
Sparkly and bubbly. That's the whole thing. Well,
fizzing and whizzing.
Fizzing and whizzing. That's even a better word. Fizzing and whizzing. I love that. Well, let me start by asking. Everybody wants to wonder who is Jo Youle if you never heard of her. Well, who are you?
I ask myself that on a daily basis.
I can imagine that. Can you imagine? Wake up in the morning and
who am I?
What am I doing? Yeah. What am I doing again? So tell me, what are you doing in Ibiza? What brings you here?
What brings me here? Wow, that's a big question. I used to be a music journalist, like, before I got into yoga, and I used to come here a lot for music business and interviews and, radio stuff, so I was working for BBC Six Music, so...
BBC Six, I love BBC. They're a little bit, like, stiff for the Dutch, but yeah, BBC's...
They're like the coolest radio station on the planet.
Come on, BBC is
No. Yeah, well, the whole of the BBC is, but Six Music has just got that little edgy something. I'm sorry. Basically, it's a fact. Yeah, don't diss it.
No, I don't think so.
We'll be switching off right now if you continue this vein. BBC Six Music is the world's best radio station, and I'm not biased. It's just a fact.
BBC Six. Welcome, Sarah. Welcome, Gabi. And watching here and listening to BBC Music 6 stuff.
Yeah,
that's what you're talking about.
You're never going to regret it. There's only two types of music in this world that's good and bad. And Six Music just plays...
Always
like, what kind of genre is it? It's like, it's everything, but it's just good. Good music.
Well,
it's eclectic. That's the way it is.
Eclectic is the way forward.
So I used to come here and interview, obviously, a few little DJs here and there, but basically, I got commissioned to come over and cover like Ibiza Rocks and like make a documentary, and I was covering the second Ibiza Rocks ever, which was covering the Kaiser Chiefs.
Kaiser Chiefs, guys.
Yeah. I was quite in love with Ricky, the front man.
Were you in love with him? Really?
Well, you know.
The guys, I'm not...
He was so funny. They're from Leeds. They're bonkers. And, I quite liked him. And so I interviewed him in the toilet at Bar M in San Antonio. That was our first kind of soiree. It's a kind of a Ibiza thing, isn't it? Everyone does it in a toilet. We just, connected in that loop big time. The person prior to our occupation, I think, had been smoking a cigarette, so it was very smelly and very kind of damp. Probably the opposite, just smoky and very atmospheric. So, we got down to it in that toilet, as one does. He was just hilarious, and made a documentary and had a good time, and I fell in love with the island because I had quite a lot of time on my hands. I got to travel and see the north and check out different elements of it and realise that it's not all just about San Antonio.
No, it's not.
Town. And there's a very, obviously, alternative side of the island, which is why I decided to come, because I actually decided to kind of change things around a little bit for my own personal growth and journey, and didn't really want to be living that in a nightclub lifestyle for the rest of my life.
Interesting point, because Jo here made a change, just like we made a change once. If you hear funny sounds, these are bracelets. By the way, these bracelets are from Faith Lifestyle.
They're very manly, those bracelets.
You think
so? The jingle is actually really
just
endearing you to me even more, Virgil.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, it's just a very
it is, right?
very
it's not feminine.
statement
It makes a nice sound. But let's go back. So you go from a journalist living the rockstar lifestyle, going to a flip-flop lifestyle. You become a yoga teacher.
Mm-hmm.
So tell me, how that bridge doesn't really. How do you do it?
How did I do it? I actually got into yoga for some very vain reasons. I'm not going to lie. I was going to the Rio Carnival with a best friend of mine, and I was probably like early 30s. She was much younger than me. Her name is Emma Appleton. Hi, Emma.
Hi, Emma, if you're watching.
And she and I were going away, and we just had this perception that everyone in Rio was going to be like this plastic, fantastic, perfect, boobed, incredible-bodied, creatured person. And I was like, oh my god, like I don't want to be this big, fat, white kind of whale on the beach, English style. So I'm going to like do something serious about this. So Emma didn't at all. I decided to take up Bikram, and I just heard that you could shed pounds fast. So I was like, right, this is it. Wow. So I started going like twice a day, and it's kind of, I don't know if you've ever done hot yoga, have you?
Well, yes, but it's now Gabi is watching. Gabi is also one of our trainers, yes, and Gabi's into hot yoga, and she always tries to drag me into it, but I'm afraid I will not maintain.
It's horrendous. There's nothing fun about hot yoga.
That's not fun,
it's evil, and it's nasty, and it's torturous, and it's painful. But the results are incredible, and actually you feel like, although the 90-minute class is really tough and challenging, obviously a lot of people like that, and you get quite addicted to it, and the sensation coming out of the other side of that is just pure endorphins, pure high,
wow.
Pure like just bliss, basically, from just sweating buckets and buckets and buckets, all of the crap that comes out of your system, toxins, everything else.
All of the crap comes out.
Well, actually, I was working in a bar at the time, running a radio station called Carbon FM from the Carbon Bar in Marble-Arch. So I'd set up a radio station in a bar. So by day and probably by night, I was drinking cocktails and running this radio station and like kind of overseeing things with the DJs. Morning and evening, I was going to hot yoga to try and get rid of all the booze that I was consuming in the daytime. So it was ridiculous, you know. It was one of those lifestyles, you know. I was working in radio,
wow, we're talking about this,
every available opportunity, and trying to offset that intake at wherever I could to try and like sort myself out for Rio. So it worked. I just sort of like basically just shed.
So you look hot.
Of course, because I was just really vain back then, and that was the most important thing to me. But going through that process, I just fell in love with yoga. I fell in love with the feeling it gave me, and the calm, and obviously, you know, I was indulging a little bit at that point, but the more I got into my practice, the more I connected to myself and where I was at, and my body, and my feeling, and my sensation,
you know, became one.
I didn't really want to get as smashed as I was, and actually I got to the point where I was like, okay, I don't want to do this anymore. I actually just don't want to feel, I just want that feeling all the time in my day. I don't want to wake up feeling like death and have to go somewhere to fix myself. I want to just wake up feeling good and go somewhere and feel even better. So
that's a good thing. So, but then the transition, right? So then she became a yogi. So here, short resume, Jo was working for BBC Radio 6, to be precise. Then she became a yoga teacher, but then something way more interesting happened. She set up her own business, and that is what spiked my interest and why I wanted her here on this couch, because she set up an incredible business in an incredible, how do you call it? A lot of competition in yoga retreats and yoga stuff and yoga things. And there you are, there Jo, the former journalist, became a yoga teacher, set up your own business. How did you do that?
Well, interesting question, because it wasn't quite as simple as that. Nothing simple in Ibiza. And I moved here with that intention, sole purpose actually, but it didn't quite pan out that way. So I got here on a promise from someone to set up a business venture with them that was in keeping with the wellness world. It was a digital project. The rug got pulled from under me as soon as I arrived. A businessman who didn't quite have the cash that he told me he did. So actually, when I arrived, I thought I had all this oodles of money and I was going to like be sorted and like get my stuff together. And as soon as I got here, the money was gone. So I was like, wow, okay. So I had to go back to music journalism again, and I took a job doing podcasts, doing radio, doing a radio show for Ibiza Global Radio. I went to work as a director for Pioneer DJ Radio, based at Sonic.
Director? You were the boss? You were
Yeah, that was my thing.
Are you? What kind of boss are you?
Terrible.
Yeah, I thought so. I just want to know. I thought so. That's why I asked. You know, sometimes you feel this.
I'm not good at being a boss. I'm still learning a lot about myself in that process of being in charge of something. I don't even like saying these words, but having a thing where I have to kind of look after people and get help. I'm not good at asking for help. I never really have been, actually. It's a new thing for me. So I'm just learning so much, actually, and that's why I'm loving doing the particular project I have at the moment, which is running an actual retreat, and I have lots of people that come and help, and chefs and housekeepers and teachers and wonderful people that give me a lot of support, and it's amazing. It's amazing. But at the time when all of this stuff was going on and I had to go back to the music thing, I was also trying to, alongside that, set up my teaching business and become a private teacher and become a little bit established on the island to create my brand. I hate that word as well, but to actually make something that people resonated with, that kind of they were drawn to and wanted to connect with in terms of healing and just having fun as well. Just finding a fitness regime that worked for them and fitted for them and just was enjoyable. Because I think fitness has to be fun.
I can make sure that fitness has to be fun because, to be honest, training is the most horrendous thing on this planet.
It is.
Well, I have a personal training business. I am a personal trainer and I hate training. Can you imagine that? Me saying that?
I can, yes.
Yes, you can, right?
Well, I've done your training.
Oh, that's why. That's why you hate it, probably.
Yeah. No, I don't. I loved it.
No, but the thing is that you have to make it fun and you have to make it engaging. So basically what you do, you bring people over from various countries around the world into your own retreat center, because that's interesting, right? Can you tell me about and how did it came to be?
Well, it's a random story. My God, I've got so many. But yeah, I wasn't very well on my balcony sitting in India about 3 years ago. And I decided to look for somewhere to live. And I just found this house. And I was not looking to do what I do now at all. But I saw this house and I just fell in love. The photographs were stunningly beautiful. And I just did a few sums. I was obviously running back and forth to the toilet, which was very unwell. And I just realised, actually, instead of hiring other people's houses to run my own retreats, why not just get my own retreat house? And that's what I did.
How cool is that? Your own retreat house. I don't even have an own gym. And you have your own retreat house. How cool.
I just fell in love. I actually fell in love. And do you know what? I've always been one of these people that has to have a certain chunk of cash in the bank, as we call it in England, for a rainy day. Like my parents, my grandmother was always on about this rainy day thing. And I was like, it rains all the time, and I've never had to spend this wad of cash that I'm supposed to keep in the bank for this miserable, dark, dirty old day. And I just thought, you know what? I'm just going to actually get the whole lot, and I'm going to put it on this house, and I'm going to take it, and I'm going to go for it. And I have no idea how I'm going to fill it, how I'm going to make money for it, how I'm going to get this big wad of cash back and even make money. But I'm doing it because I've always had this money as this little safety net, and just for once in my life, I'm just going to go.
You go basically all in as a game poker. Fuck it,
I'm just gonna stick the whole lot on black. If I was in a roulette table, it's going. And it's gonna go in a gamble box. And if I lose the whole lot, then fine. But I'm pretty confident as a person I'm probably gonna find some way of making this a lucrative little soiree. So I actually this is gonna sound incredibly ridiculous, but I haven't done a lot of promotion or whatever it needed to take to get this thing off the ground. It's just this house is stunning. It's on the side of a mountain, in the middle of nowhere, in the north of the island, away from anything and everyone. And it's peaceful, it's serene, it's gorgeous, it's calm. It's a farmhouse, it's 200 years old.
Beautiful. It's pure bliss when you come there.
It is.
I heard this rumor, right? I'm always I like to throw things in people's faces when they're here on the couch or wherever they sit with me.
Even on your couch. God only knows what's happened on this couch when you're throwing things in people's faces. I'm just here on a
God's sake, I don't
know. God only knows what's happened on this couch.
I'm just single for just 7 months, so not much. I'm a shy guy. What can I say?
That's not, Yeah,
no, true. Yeah, it's the truth. I'm a shy guy. So yeah. Okay,
I
don't
believe you
discuss
can.
that.
Sorry, I
Just
don't know where you
another-
went there. I'm very
another-
sorry, Virgil. This has just gone off on a tangent.
No. But I heard this little rumor, right, that Joe right here is that most of the yoga retreats, most of it is women. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong, maybe I'm wrong, but I see more women doing yoga than men.
Predominantly, for sure. Yeah,
Right?
no doubt about it.
So
yeah.
I heard that you are going to, I've heard
Here we go.
that you are going to do a yoga retreat only for guys. Yes, guys. And a couple of my friends who are probably going to watch this, David, Liam, and all these bastards, this is something for you, so pay attention. So tell me about the yoga retreat for men.
Well, God, where to begin? There was an Instagram account that got set up a while back called Boys of Yoga, and I was a bit like,
Cool.
yeah, what's that all about? Like, why? And for me, when I first started teaching, one of the first gigs that I got was a group of security guards who were working in a villa, and they worked for a security concierge group, now called the Facilitators, and it was a group of quite high, macho, man-mountain, aggressive, psyched up, hyped up,
Like me.
chaps, just like you,
Just like
really
me.
macho.
My God. I'm just asking for the punch here, of course. Yes.
Of course.
Yes.
We
I
can do
got
that
it.
later.
I got it.
And they just needed a little bit of tempering. They needed to be put back in their box a little bit and just chilled. And what I noticed through teaching them through the course of many, many months, it just really zen them out and brought them back to a place where they were just like much better at their job. I got loads of really nice feedback, and I found it very empowering to create this space for these men just to be a bit less.
Men mountains.
They were just, it gets really hot here in the summer. There's a lot of stuff going down. There's a lot of tempers flying around. There's traffic on the island. It gets really hectic, and I think people get quite angsty. And what I noticed was these boys just sort of, I hate to say it, but they're like putty in my hands. They just like completely chilled, and it was beautiful to watch this thing happen.
Oh, something is happening to my telephone. Nothing to worry about. Go on.
Men just, crumble in a very beautiful way, just very calming, and just connecting with each other actually in a different way.
How cool! Like bromance.
Yeah, very much so.
Yeah.
And it kind of made me just feel like I would really love to get more men into yoga. Like all the people that come on my retreats are always women, and there's a very beautiful thing that happens during the course of those relationships that manifest and grow and create and everything else. But I actually just felt like, no, I'm going to do the boys
For
thing.
the guys,
Yeah.
yes. And I truly believe, and it is very strange for a lot of people who know me that I'm going to say what I'm about to say right now, but yoga does calm you down and you will feel better. It's a promise. That's something that I can share. Well.
But for this particular retreat, I'm teaming up with Simon Rose from Velo Ibiza, so it's going to be a yoga and cycling thing.
Simon is cool.
So it's like we sit around in the morning and we get all zen and calm and into our little meditation practice a little bit as well, and some pranayama and some breath work, and just really kind of focus on the day ahead, and then whoom, we're going to go out on the bikes and just absolutely explore this beautiful island. So it's going to be big, it's going to be exciting, and there's a nice little mishmash of like action and chill together.
I love how creative people here are, not only in Ibiza but in the rest of the world. There's so many creative businesses all over the world. I see them every single day. We work a lot with a lot of great people who have creative businesses, and that's incredible. I love that for guys. So we have a lot of people watching who always asking, I have now my steady job and I need to go, I'm about to, but I want to follow my dream. I want to have my own business. What is the one thing that you can tell them that they must do to pursue their dream, vision, goal, whatever they might have?
Take a bit of time out. I think when you're stuck in, I'd hate to call it a rut, but if you're stuck in you're in a situation, you're working 9 to 5, you're in an office job or whatever it might be, any kind of job that's tying you into it, I don't think that you can see the wood for the trees because you're in it and you're paying bills and you're doing X, Y, and Z and you have to, pay Bob to meet Paul. If you take a little break away from that and go on holiday and just travel, or just even take a couple of days off to take a bit of a rain check and get a bit of perspective, I don't think you can really see what's happening or what your opportunities are or what you can create or what's actually going on in your life until you take a step back. So I would,
Good point.
for me, when I'm stuck in something, I'm very much embroiled in it. I just cannot understand what life would be like to change. But you need to just move away from it and then understand where the steps could be moving forward. But that's always when I've made a big, big change in my life. The first thing I did, I was living in Brighton when I was still working as a music journalist and teaching. But when I realised I probably wanted to leave Brighton, I didn't really know how or what I was going to do next. I moved just to India for like 3 months. And when I got there...
Just to India?
Well, I'd been spending time there teaching and training anyway as a yoga teacher, but I met a businessman and that was the catalyst for me to actually go on a new journey and go, do you know what, I could just go back and do what this man is asking me to do back in Brighton and just take the easy option, or I could really just go all in and just go, no, I'm going to pack everything up and just try something completely new. And it was terrifying. I was absolutely petrified and felt ill and nervous and worried and just like, how is this going to work? No idea. Leaving everyone and everything, but as soon as I got here...
You met this incredible new neighbour. That's me. Yeah, we're neighbours. So that's why I get
That is exactly what did it, Virgil. Yeah, it's just been just such a pillar of strength in my life.
pillar of strength. I hear that more often now. No. So
it's been an incredible
but it's incredible. Yeah, no, for sure. I can agree upon that. When you make a move to a different country, you know nobody, and then you're going to meet people so easy. And I think when you're open-minded, I think that's what you should be.
If you're not, you've got no hope, Whenever I've been through periods here of being a little bit kind of like, navel-gazing or head up my own bum, nothing happens. You've got to just completely approach things with an open mind and an open heart and just, throw your arms out and just see what happens. Because you do. Honestly, magic does happen here, that's for sure. It's just one of those places. If you're living your passion and you're living your dreams and you're really doing what you love to be doing and what you're good at, this island welcomes that with open arms, and stuff happens. I know it sounds really hippie and ridiculous and pathetic.
Yes, it is.
All the rest of it. No, but it's just a fact.
No, but it's true. I had this conversation with Jennifer Arendt also. Look, last week we talked about it as well, and yes, I think that an island as Ibiza. I don't think it is specifically Ibiza. I think it is wherever you feel at home. If it can be in Brighton or wherever in the world you are. Okay, not Brighton. Okay, maybe that's
I don't know. We could, this island is built like on a bed of crystals, and it's. There's an energy here. I hate this word as well because we all bandy it around like nobody's business, particularly people that live here. But the thing is, there is something that's a little bit special, and when
it is.
I agree. Whether you come here to take 20 pills and go clubbing, and you're going to have the biggest, maddest, craziest night of your life, and crazy stuff's going to happen that you just never expect. It's going to come out of the woodwork, whatever. Whatever you're doing, if it's good, it gets amplified 50%. I don't know what it is,
Amen
but that's the way it is. And if it's business, if it's something you're really, really, really into, if you actually focus all your attention on one thing, if that's getting as high as you possibly can, if that's going as hard and as fast and deep as you possibly can, and whatever it is, if that's just business, it will work. Because it's an island of opportunity. There's so much goodness going on here, and so many lovely people with an open mind and an open heart. Like you, having me on this hilariously ridiculous show on your couch.
Ridiculous.
I
think it's quite professional.
It's just, anything can happen, that's the point. Expect the unexpected, because that is what Ibiza is, ultimately.
I love that. Thank you so much, Jo. I want to close down by asking, how can we find out more about you? Where can we find your stuff, your things, your retreats?
Well, if I haven't completely bit you off. The website, which is Joga Beats, Joga Beats.com.
Joga Beats, guys.
/retreats. That's where my stuff is. The house, Skara, which is the retreat house,
Fantastic.
which has got loads. I mean, not just my stuff, not just my events that I'm teaching on. There's we have Yoga B&B. You can come and drop in for that, or we have loads of other amazing teachers come and guest teachers.
How cool.
To create beautiful, beautiful things there. So it's going to be fun. It's going to be a really good summer. It sounds like you've got lots of good things coming up.
For sure. Well, I thank you so much for your time.
Thank
that
you
I could persuade you to come here. And
that was a chore, darling.
Yes, I thought so. Yes, it is. So, guys, I'm going to put everything about Jo in the comment box below and on all social media so that you can find out more about her. And I would say goodbye because it is Saturday night for us. And Saturday night means one thing in Ibiza. What we do on Saturday night?
Well, I just couldn't possibly tell you.
No, we cannot tell you. But
no, I don't think that's really fitting with the wellness vibe.
No, the wellness vibe will go completely berserk if we share this with you.
Definitely won't be wearing flip-flops.
No, that's one thing for sure. Guys, thank you so much. See you next week.